Hi, friends. I was resetting my space for the live tomorrow, and I remembered that hi, Jenny, I still had 3 rows to do, 4 rows actually, before tomorrow's live because I really want to do some of the border. Um, what am I doing here? For single crochet. Yeah, so I just thought I'd hop on real quick and do it. I don't know how quick it'll be. It's like 10 to 11 at night here. It's a Saturday night, and I ain't got nobody. It's just the way I like it. And I can crochet. The bar next door is open, so there's a lot of noise and activity on my street again. And I just love it. I'm so glad there's people around. How is everyone doing? I don't think we'll get too many. Hey, Jody, you're working on yours right now. Yeah, so I'm not the only night owl here. I'll try and keep an eye on comments as much as I can, but let me flip this so y'all don't have to look at me. Hey, Facebook user. If you're chatting from one of the Facebook groups, I can't see who you are unless you tell me. And this is row 9 of the star blanket. Hey Brenda, the bunny Lovey uses the first together with what did we do? We did the viral blanket, Courtney's bunny Lovey, and my star blanket. Hi. I generally am a night owl. I've been trying to be good though and go to bed before midnight. Um, it's just been so hot here, and that has been really hard on it's been hard on my legs, and sometimes it's hard to sleep. Sometimes I lay there and fight it, and other times I get up. Hey, I don't need any help. She's got my yarn in her mouth. Get out. Hey, don't do that. Let me put this up here. No, no, no. Uh-oh. Just about to check and see if anyone was on YouTube. Hey, Linda. Hi, Amy. This has been a really good challenge. I think we had a lot of new folks coming and engaging a lot. Like Amy, I think you're pretty new, right? Was this your first 6 day? Last night when I went up to bed, my daughter's visiting right now, but she's in the city tonight. Um, she texted up to me and she said, somebody is out on the front porch and they're saying, yo, Beth, yo, Beth. And I was like, what? Who could that be? And I opened my window and there indeed was somebody out there yelling, but he wasn't yelling, yo, Beth. I yelled down and I was like, are you looking for somebody? And he was just like, what? Huh? Yeah. And then I learned my landlord told me the other day, we had some people walked by and they said they worked for HBO because people film movies around here all the time. Well, not all the time, but often they film movies around here and they want a certain look and for their movie. And he said, yeah, the bar was in a movie. The movie's called Greetings from Tim Buckley. And it's a movie about Tim Buckley and his son, Jeff Buckley, who's the guy that sang that Hallelujah song, which I believe is a Leonard Cohen song. But Jeff Buckley is the one you hear a lot singing it. And there was a scene in the movie that was filmed at the bar next door. And when they go outside, you can see my house. You can see the front steps of my house when they go outside of the bar and looks so different. It's, I mean, the movie's, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 years old. But my daughter and I were watching it because you could see, you could see them walking up the street from the ferry, and then you could see them walk down the street next door. It was just kind of cool. Okay, I didn't mark this stitch, but here's where I'm going to join over here, and then I'm going to fasten this off. Oh, that's right. You said your daughter was having a sleepover. It's the coolest moms that have the sleepovers. There was one girl in our class that would have a sleepover on her birthday every year. And, it probably was only like 3 or 4 times that we went over there on her birthday for the sleepover. But to me, it was like every year there was this sleepover and at my friend's house. And I just remember them. And I remember getting dropped off and, all the parents saying, like, you're crazy for having this, you know. And I just always wanted my mom to have, I wanted to have sleepovers. I think I might have had a couple, or I might have been able to have like a couple friends sleepover. But this girl invited the entire class, plus friends from like her old school and stuff like that. And yeah, it was so fun. And so then when I had my daughter, I used to let her have sleepovers too. And the parents would drop their kids off and they would say, you're crazy for doing this. But I was the only one that let her have sleepovers. And still to this day, she'll be like, thank you for being the cool mom. Okay, what row is this? Is row, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm changing colors, so I never change colors in the same place where I left off. I I rotate and I join in another place. And so I'm going to make a DC3 together right here in this center valley stitch, because on the star blanket is a little bit different from the, it's a lot different from the 6-day kid blanket, but you, instead of having two DC3 together on either side of a skip, 4 stitches in the center, you have one in the middle on the first round of granny clusters, and then on the second round you have one DC3 together on each side. Okay, and then I think I'm supposed to skip 2. Each star blanket, the star, the superstar, the supernova, they all have like tiny little differences between the skips and how many you put in the top, and it just was to make the stitches work out. Oh, so yeah, and then I switched to calling this round 2 because I want it to be familiar with row 2 of the 6-day kid blanket. So we went from setup round 8, setup round 9 to round 2. So don't let it throw you off. Just keep going in the order that I give it to you. Yeah, and I skipped 2. 3 double crochet in the next. The reason I do that is so you can make the snowflake effect or the Australian confetti effect or all those different fun effects that we have. Feels like it got quiet all of a sudden. It's always a little bit scary when it gets too quiet. Antoinette Jane asks, how is my cowl coming? Which cowl would that be? Are you talking about the 6-day kid blanket cowl poncho? Because only patrons know about that. I ended up 1 stitch off down here. Yeah, I thought that something did not seem right because I stitched into where I had woven in the end, not into the actual stitch. I knew that didn't feel right, but I just wanted to keep going. It's not that much cooler down here than it was in the penthouse room. It's a big reason why I went ahead and migrated everything back down, because it was really hot up there this morning. Oh, oh, you guys scared me. The cats are having fun tonight. I put a couple cardboard boxes over there for them to play in. Do you mean the goddess Charlotte? I have several garment patterns in the works right now. I have three patterns for shrugs that are ready to go. I'm going to publish those shortly. I just need photographs for them. And then I have several other 6-day kid blanket inspired projects that I need more people to work on them for me because I can't crochet fast enough. So when you say cowl and then I posted a picture of it, you'll have to say where I posted the picture because I, yeah, I I think I'm not sure what you mean. Yes, I was looking for testers. Antoinette, I think you're talking about something that was posted on Patreon. So, yes, if you want to test, send me an email. Hey, Dirty Di and Teresa from Rosville, Georgia. Is Rossville near Roswell? Amy, how many children did you invite to the sleepover? The rows take longer and longer to go around on this blanket, so I knew I had to come on and work on it again before tomorrow morning because it takes too long to get around. We were yakking so much this morning. And this is row. I'm off by one again. It's because I only did 3 single crochet over here instead of 4. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Looks like I was right, actually. And I don't have to fudge. Fudging is not required. I think I'm going to have to go up. I did see that I had something down here. Figure out what size hook I'm using here. Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and, oh no, I'm not going to do anything. I was thinking it was a single crochet yarn next, but it's not. It's round 3, which is another granny round. Let's see what I have. Well, that seems huge. I think I need an eye, but do I have one? What's this? This is an eye. It's a streamline though, and not an Odyssey. I mean, the streamlines are okay. The Odysseys are my favorite because they're heavier. This is so light. I like the weight of the Odyssey, but I need to go up because I'm getting a little bit of curl. It probably would be okay, but I just want to go up. You do have to make the star blanket with a larger hook than you normally would. Okay, so I just had to slip stitch over to the next space, and then you do a chain 2 and a DC2 together, and the chain 2 counts as the first part of the DC3 together. Let me see if I have any stitch markers hanging out over here. I'll have a paper clip. This is what happens when you migrate too many times. There's my mug with all my stuff, my hooks. Let's see if there's a stitch marker hiding at the bottom of this. Nope. I usually put them on this little thing, this green thing that I knitted on a children's toy knitting machine many years ago. Let's see if this one has any stitch markers hiding in the bottom. No, but it has several paper clips that are not stuck on something. I've got tweezers in case I want to pluck my eyebrows on alive. All right, so you want to mark this. You want to mark this so that when you come back around and you slip and you join the end of the round, that you don't create extra stitches. That's a common little problem right there. You join to the wrong place, and then you make extra stitches, and then you keep going, going, and it seems fine for a while, and then like 2 rows later, you have too many stitches. I just feel like my hand motions are really different with the streamline. My gauge is really different. Okay. So see the first granny row, we have one DC3 together in the middle, and then on the second row, you have one on each side of it. So it's different from the 6-day kid blanket where we skip 4. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have cat assistance. What's up, Fig? So I figured out the other day when I was complaining about them acting like they were starving, I verified this with their owner, that when there's 3 cats here, and I have 3 cat dishes for them. But it just seemed like they were all eating out of whatever dish. So when I would just wait for the dish, a dish to be empty to fill it, and if there was another dish that was full, I just wasn't really worried about it. And then one day I went around and filled up all the dishes, and they were like, okay, we can calm down now. And I think if I can just analyze their little cat thoughts, that when they see that there's a dish that's empty, they don't think to go look in a different dish. They just start panicking. There's no food. They're not even hungry, but they're just like, uh-oh, there's no food in this dish. What are we going to do? And they started putting their little things of wet food each in a different dish. And they all still stood over one dish and ate, and then, whatever. Cats are funny. What row is this? I think this is row 11, round 11, or round 3, actually. Hi, Cherie. I'm just hanging out crocheting. I have a couple rounds to get caught up here because I was yakking too much on the lives. I just thought I would come on and finish up. Tomorrow's the last day of the challenge, and I would like to work on the Lovey edge. I think I did all the important parts for the viral blanket. I did the straight start. I just did a swatch, but I did the straight start. I did every stripe in order. I did the square off. I did all the edge rows. Now I'm doing the Lovey, which is the same as the 6-day star blanket. I can't do the bunny on a live because it's Courtney's pattern. It's a paid pattern. But she definitely will answer people's questions. Whoops. Oh my gosh. I almost skipped right over that. Row 3 is a fun row. These rounds take longer and longer the further you go. But the star blanket is still a pretty quick make. And I think you could, I haven't tried this. I should just try it. But I think that you could get a decent sized star blanket and a Lovey and a full viral blanket with 2 balls of Stylecraft. You might order an extra ball of the white so that you could, for the bunny and for the edge, I think you might need a little bit more white than the other colors, but I bet you could get a decent star blanket. I know for sure you can get at least one Lovey and one viral blanket from 2 balls of each of the 4 colors, so 8 balls of Stylecraft. It's been nice having other living creatures in the house. These guys seem pretty comfortable here. They kind of follow me around. There were some fireworks going off earlier and some noise outside, and I don't think they liked that very much. They kind of like came and looked for me when that happened. And now they seem like they're settling down. Okay, and I have that marked with my very elegant stitch marker. Let me take it out. And then the next row is a single crochet row, and this is the one where we get in trouble. So a slip stitch, a chain one, and then a single crochet, and there's the potential to work any of those as extra stitches and create more. So I'm going to mark the single crochet, which is the stitch right behind my needle, my hook, and then this is the last row I'm going to work on. It's just, this is the one where I get to watch my show, just veg out. It's just one single crochet in each stitch around, and then 3 single crochet in the chain space at the top of the mountain. Oh, it's a heavenly row. We do not have to think. Oops, trying to go too fast. Okay. And if you want to, you can work in between these stitches here, before, between, and after the 3D seat togethers. And then you just have 2 here on top of this cluster to do. So I don't usually teach it to like a very brand new beginner when they're trying to learn the pattern and learn a bunch of stuff. And it's, this pattern is a little tricky to learn at first. Once you get it, it's so, it's so fun and so easy to do, but it can be a little tricky to get it going. So I don't throw things like that at beginners. Um, but that's something you can do. And then I don't do it at the end of the row either because it messes up the count. I don't do it at the join. At the join, I just work into the stitch. Okay, if you want to test something, I have lots of stuff going. I lost, honestly, I've lost count. And yeah, I've lost count. I've been teasing those shrugs forever, and they are pretty much ready to go. I have a sample that someone's crocheting for me, and I'm just waiting for that to come back to photograph it. I'll probably just go ahead and release the other 2 shrugs because they've been ready for a while and they're just sitting there. So now that this challenge is over, I could go ahead and release those guys, and people could start um, making shrugs for the fall, colder weather coming up. And they are going to make great Christmas gifts for younger people, I think. The hoodie one, my, the photographs that you all have seen of my daughter at the beach in it are, what I've been posting on Instagram. I was worried that I was not going to get that shrug back with, the one with the hood. She wore it the entire time we were there. She never took it off. She was down at the beach in her bathing suit with it on. She was like sitting watching television with it on. And then came uh, she came to visit me, and the one that doesn't have the hood, I really like that one. That one is, for me, it's way too hot to wear it, but I like it. I like the funky colors, and maybe I'm too old to wear it, but I don't care. But she was here a couple weekends ago, and she was like, "I just need a little something to throw on. You know, I'm worried it's going to be a little just a little too cold." And she was picked up that shrug. I had it hanging on the door. I have some of my stuff hanging here so that when I want to go live, I can put on some, you know, something, one of my handmaids, one of my patterns, and it was hanging there, and she was like, "Can I take this and wear it?" And I thought, "Oh, I'm never going to see that again." But she brought it back. She was good. But yeah, she's in her mid 20s. She's going to turn 26 on Sunday. Um, But you know, she's an artist. She has a really different style, but I think those are going to make great gifts for Christmas. And I have other projects too. I mean, I have three versions of that shrug. You all haven't even seen the third version, and I think people are really going to love it. It's really different. And I have other things planned too, and I'm trying to get to them all. I don't crochet fast enough, and I can't test my own pattern, and even my mods can't test my patterns because they already know how I think, and because of that, they don't really have to look at the pattern very closely and check all the little details. So, and they help me conceptualize. The people that come onto my Patreon calls, the Zoom calls, we talk about this stuff, and they see it as I'm making it, and they, you know, that, I mean, that's the whole reason the shrug ended up with a hood on it, because one of the mods saw it and said it needs a hood. It was Courtney. Yeah, send me an email, my dear. I just heard another comment, but I don't see where it ended up. There it is. It's coming. If you would like to test it, send me an email. More than one. What else do you all want to see with the pattern? Okay. Now I just got done saying that I don't usually work that stitch. I work, this is the last stitch you work here, and then you slip. Okay. Lay it down. Oh yeah, I'm glad I went up a hook size because it really flattened out. It's almost ruffling a little bit now, but maybe I'll go back down for the border. But I think it's good. I think it's good. It's good. It's good. This is so pretty, these colors. Ta-da! I will see you all bright and early in the morning for day 6 of the challenge. I'm going to put the border on this bad boy, And what else am I going to do? Courtney will be here. She'll answer any questions about your loveys if you have, if you've gotten to them or not. I have a fan here and it's like cat hair city. Stuff and stuff and stuff. Yeah, make sure you post your progress photos every day, a progress photo every day. And then we'll give you about a week after the challenge is over to post a collage photo of one picture from every day, bonus points for your, if you include your swatch. And we definitely want to see your loveys too. So, you might need a little bit more time to get to those. Yeah, so we'll give you a week or so, and then we draw a name and we send you a little something. Um, like I've sent out a lot of mugs, a lot of Betty McKnit mugs. So if you haven't ever gotten a mug, then I'll probably send you a mug, a nice mug for your coffee, um, or some other Betty McKnit swag. Thanks for being here, all you night owls, or I guess early birds, Aussies. And I'll see you in the morning. Bye. Pirate. You're welcome, Sheree. Bye. Hey, Glynis. You're on here right as I'm logging off. I'll see you in the morning.